Hoosiers no longer need a permit to carry a handgun, how Muncie residents and law enforcement are responding.
Plus, how many Americans support Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's Supreme Court nomination? This as our hearing wraps up.
And as the Russian-Ukraine war escalates, the fear of Russian cyber attacks grows, how you can keep you and your electronics safe.
The price of oil still on the rise, how Russia's economy is being impacted.
Tracking high winds and chances for those rains to continue.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching Newslink, Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Alex Almanza.
And I'm Rebecca Rosado. Indiana residents will no longer need a permit to carry a gun in public starting July 1st. That's according to Indiana House Bill 1296, which was signed by Governor Eric Holcomb this week.
Newslink Indiana's Anna Chalker has been following how some believe this bill is going to affect Muncie and Delaware County. Anna, can you tell us more?
Yeah, guys, there have been discussions in Muncie about the bill since it has passed, but one particular group keeping an eye on it, law enforcement.
It doesn't really affect the way we're going to train, and we continue to treat the public.
House Bill 1296 is signed, repealing the state's permit requirement to carry handguns in public. Holcomb says the bill, quote, entrusts Hoosiers who can lawfully carry a handgun to responsibly do so within our state.
It's just an administrative thing that saves the citizens the steps of having to go through the process of getting a permit.
For the Sheriff's Department, questions still rise about the bill.
As far as law enforcement is, if we come in contact with somebody, are they a prohibited possessor? I wish there were a better solution for that, but right now there's not, so that's something that we're going to have to work through. That's going to be the biggest challenge for us.
And for some in Muncie, the reactions.
I'm for it. I'm just for the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms and not need a specialized permit in addition to having that constitutional right.
We understand our rights, and we don't want any kind of interference there.
But for Bill 1296, law enforcement says they expected this, but the possibility of anyone carrying a gun in the community will be something in the back of the officers' minds.
It's not something new. It's just something that we as law enforcement are going to have to try to figure out when we deal with people, if they're armed, if they're allowed to be armed.
Now, Newslink Indiana wants to note that those who were otherwise prohibited from carrying a handgun or process a license or permit from the state of Indiana previously will still not be able to do so even after July 1st. And once the Sheriff's Department gets the paperwork of the bill, they will be taking the next steps.
All right, thank you very much. Very good information. Transgender females from participating in girls' school sports, and the Indiana High School Athletics Association is backing the governor up. The association commended the governor today after the association previously held back from taking an explicit stance on the proposal. IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig expressed reservations that the proposed legislation only addressed, quote, a single gender and the grievance procedure. He also added that the IHSA's longstanding gender policy already provides the, quote, flexibility to assess a competitive advantage in each unique case. Indiana lawmakers say that they plan to override the governor's veto, which could happen as soon as May 24th.
Indiana Republican U.S. Senator Mike Braun says he misunderstood the question when he told reporters that the Supreme Court was wrong to legalize interracial marriage nationwide. When the senator was asked if he supported the high court, he, quote, said, leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states. Braun responded, yes. He added that the Supreme Court should not homogenize issues nationwide, leading them to individual states to decide. Braun walked back his comments hours later, saying he misunderstood a, quote, line of questioning and emphasizes that he condemns racism in any form. 58% of Americans say they'd like to see Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson become the 9th member of the High Court.
That's according to a Gallup poll released this morning. 30% say the Senate should reject her nomination, while 12% didn't take a side. President Joe Biden nominated Jackson last month, and Democrats in the Gallup poll overwhelmingly backed her compared to their Republican counterparts. If Jackson successfully gets to the Senate, she would become the first black woman to serve on the Supreme Court.
Keeping things on Capitol Hill, the first female U.S. Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright, has died at age 84. Her family says she died after a battle with cancer. Albright was born in Prague and came to the U.S. in 1948 to escape communist Yugoslavia. Albright was a central figure in President Bill Clinton's administration. She served as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations before becoming the nation's top diplomat. President Obama awarded her the Medal of Freedom in 2012. As Secretary of State, Albright championed the expansion of NATO and pushed for the alliance to intervene in the Balkans to stop genocide and ethnic cleansing. She also sought to reduce the spread of nuclear weapons and championed human rights and democracy across the globe.
So definitely a windy one out there. Well, I was walking in, my car door just flung wide open.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's definitely windy out there. So as we're looking at the current weather right now, we are seeing, so the current weather, we have 52 degrees with those winds coming in at 16 miles an hour from the west-southwest. Now those temperatures aren't going to stay that way for much longer, as we'll see 44 degrees by 8 a.m. tomorrow. And as we get into what we're tracking for the day, those drops in temperatures, as I said, as well as the scattered rain chances for tomorrow, and then as well as strong wind gusts.
All right, thank you, Dimitri. The online puzzle Wordle has been catching the attention of its players one letter at a time.
Newslink Indiana's Grace Binkowski went to learn more about the viral game and its hold on Ball State's campus.
Now an entity of the New York Times, Wordle is averaging 300,000 players a day this month. The online game is combining letters and strategy with a side of competition. Some Ball State students have developed their own game plan.
I always use the word trick. I don't know why, but I like it because it's got like one vowel and it's got a lot of consonants in it.
Normally, I try and do words that don't include letters I already know about. So even if I know there's a letter in it, I'm still wanting to get most of them cleared out of the way.
Players have 6 chances to come up with 5-letter words with the goal of guessing the word chosen by the algorithm. Green letters signify correct letters in the correct spots. Yellow means players have the right letter, just not the right spot, and gray means that the letters are not in the final word.
According to CNET, the 5-letter word puzzle is known for its simplicity, once-a-day play, and easy result sharing. But it has some players wondering, what exactly is the educational value?
With Wordle, I feel like you're actually getting to learn something, and sometimes I do learn new vocabulary words, so it's fun.
Along with expanding vocabulary, Bao also said Wordle helps players improve their problem-solving skills while playing during their downtime.
I just have like a little break during the day.
In Muncie, Grace Binkowski, Newslink, Indiana.
Want to join the fun? Visit the New York Times website at nytimes.com.
Well, coming up, why the pain at the pump may get worse for Americans.
And another TikTok trend causing more harm than fun? All this after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Well, 2021 was a big year for bonuses.
Well, at least for Wall Street. The average Wall Street bonus hit a record high of $257,500, up 20% from the year before. Workers in the securities industry, who make up 5% of private sector workers in New York City. They're not the only ones. Since their pay accounts for 1/5 of the city's private sector wages, high bonuses are also good news for the city's tax revenue. The record high bonuses are being attributed to Wall Street's high profits, but officials warn the uneven economic recovery from the pandemic and international turmoil could drive this year's bonuses lower.
Well, oil prices jumped higher in the U.S. today after Russia announced one of its major pipelines may be out of commission for at least a month due to major storm damage. A Russian energy official told the Russian state news agency that until the Caspian Pipeline Consortium is repaired, oil exports may shrink by 1 billion barrels a day. That news sent the cost of U.S. crude to just under $115 per barrel. Since the start of the Kremlin's invasion of Ukraine, Russia's economy has been in turmoil, and some analysts say the country might try to weaponize oil by purposefully holding supplies from the West. Today, Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm says that this outage is another reason why the U.S. should boost domestic production of fossil fuels. And President Joe Biden warns the U.S. is under a high risk for Russian cyber attacks. As the Russian-Ukraine war escalates, while Russia could be aiming to hit American government departments, hospitals, and critical infrastructure and utilities, experts say the growing threat may create a domino effect that could impact average Americans. The first step to protect yourself, your digital devices, and everything stored on them is to make sure the software on for your operating system, browsers, and all apps are up to date. And while you're at it, make sure your antivirus software is also up to date. You also want to use a secure manager to store every password and only use trusted Wi-Fi networks. Finally, be on high alert for suspicious emails, robocalls, or fraudulent links.
It's not the time to procrastinate. You'd want to install and configure that update as early as possible. There is no reason to panic. We just want to use this opportunity to become a little more prepared.
In case of a ransomware attack that disables your machine and locks up your files, experts recommend that you back up your important files to an external drive or have them automatically backed up with a cloud-based service. Well, police are warning against a dangerous TikTok challenge.
It's called the Orbeez Challenge. Orbeez are gel beads that expand in water. Teens across the U.S. are recording themselves using toy air guns and BB guns to shoot unsuspecting people with the beads. After receiving 7 reports, North Carolina police sent out a warning about the damage these guns can cause. North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein says parents need to be responsible for their kids, but companies like TikTok also need to be accountable.
These social media platforms have real impacts on teenagers. We've seen study after study that shows mental health, depression, anxiety, a lot of these problems worsen the more time kids use them. And now we're seeing with this airsoft challenge that kids are being hurt and the general public is being assaulted.
This TikTok challenge is drawing latest police attention. Earlier trends included vandalizing schools and slapping teachers.
Well, cloudy days ahead, but could that continue throughout the weekend? Dimitri has a preview of weather.
We're definitely going to be taking a look at whether or not those rains are going to continue into our weekend, and I'm going to be talking about some high winds as well.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward
Come together.
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. The time now is 9:16, and you're taking a beautiful look live outside on campus. It looks like it's a pretty good night outside.
Yeah, it's a little windy, but, like I was saying, those doors flinging right open. Those doors.
Right.
But are we going to continue seeing that throughout the weekend?
We will, and hey, save you some extra work with those doors opening for you, right?
Right.
So yeah, we did have the severe thunderstorm watch today until 9 p.m. As I want to take a look at the radar here, we had those strong pockets of rain at about 6 p.m. and then it went through. And after that, we were pretty clear, just some pockets, small pockets of rain. But as we take a look at the current temperatures, we're sitting pretty nice here in Muncie at 52 degrees, 49 degrees here in Indianapolis, and then even a little bit cooler here in Lafayette at 48 degrees. Now, it was a pretty rainy day, but in between those rain pockets, we did have some nice times as well. So 67 degrees was our high, with sunshine sometimes throughout the day. So we didn't quite get to our record high in 1939 for today of 80 degrees, but it is much above our average high of 50 degrees. Now, is that nice warm weather going to stick around? Not for too much longer, as you can see. For tomorrow, we're going to see a pretty drastic change. Our high for tomorrow is only going to be 48 degrees as compared to 67 for today, with those rain showers continuing. And how's that going to happen? So we're going to start by talking about tonight. With tonight, we have the low temperature of 44 degrees with those rain showers continuing. And then I want to talk about the southwest winds coming in at 15 miles an hour with gusts of up to 25 miles per hour. So do keep that in mind. Those are going to continue into tomorrow. Starting our day tomorrow, 45 degrees with the rains. The rains are going to stop just a little bit. But as we go throughout the day, we're going to warm up just a tad to 48 degrees for our high here with those rain chances continuing or coming back at 5 p.m. And I do want to track that out starting with tonight. So at 2 a.m., we see those rain pockets. They are going to start clearing out, but we are going to see them continue throughout the night, off and on. But they are going to completely clear out by 10 a.m. for a couple of hours. And as we get into tomorrow afternoon, they're going to come right back. So 4 p.m., we're seeing the highest chances for those rain pockets to come back. But after those ones clear out, we should have a pretty nice Thursday evening. But I wanted to talk about those winds. 21 miles per hour here in Muncie for our wind gusts, which is pretty high, even as high as 24 here in Winchester for 3 a.m. tonight. And those winds are going to continue throughout the night, or throughout the entirety of tomorrow, as you can see, and they are going to start to slow down just a little bit once we get to Friday morning. Now, as we take a look at our mid-7-day forecast, as I said, those rains are going to continue Thursday and Friday. The temperature is sticking around the 48, 50 area, and they're going to clear up just a little bit as we go into our weekend, as we have a nice dry patch here on Saturday and Sunday going into Monday. But as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to see those chances for precipitation to come back, even some chances for some snow on Tuesday.
Darn, and I was just starting to put away that sweater, but it's kind of teetering in between.
It is.
That.
It's time to keep that raincoat. You know?
Yeah, and I think I was mentioning the wind again. My door flung open and actually hit another car. I had to leave a note.
Alex,
a note on the other car. It was the wind. That's
Gotta blame it on the wind, right?
Created that. So
well, thank you, Dimitri.
Thanks. Up next, we have the latest in the World of Sports, Kara Przuszek has a sneak peek.
Cardinal football player picking up a huge honor from the team this week. And one school lacrosse team is on the rise after not even having a team 5 years ago. Find out who next.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10. Welcome back to Newslink Indiana. I'm Kara Przuszek with sports. The Ball State football season is still several months away. Newslink Indiana's John Claymeyer spoke with the team about how one player is earning a special kind of award.
Ball State football has been back to work preparing for the upcoming season. During a team meeting, long snapper Dylan Seiler received a scholarship.
Really relieving. I mean, ultimately that was like the big goal when I came here, was to get put on, so when it finally came, and it's just really relieving.
Dylan has worked very hard on being a great student athlete, earning all MAC academic honors last season. Players and coaches have seen how hard Dylan works on the field and in the classroom.
I just appreciate, every day. I know I'm going to get the same thing from Dylan day in, day out, whether it's in the meeting room, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's on the practice field. I just appreciate that because it's a very competitive environment when you're playing Division I college football.
With all the hard work Dylan has done, he has shown his true skills as a leader. At 16 years old, Dylan accomplishing and receiving the rank of Eagle Scout. With having a player like Dylan on special teams, Coach New is proud to look Dylan's way.
Whether it's on punt or whether it's on extra point and field goal, it starts with him, and so he's done his job.
At the end of the day, Dylan keeps working hard to keep accomplishing his next goal.
I really just go into everything trying to do my best, trying to portray a good image of myself.
With the football season still a few months away, Dylan and the team keeps preparing until next year. In Muncie, John Kleemeyer, Newslink, Indiana.
Going over to the spring season, Anderson Lacrosse is a relatively small program from a relatively small university. That doesn't mean that they aren't doing big things. Newslink Indiana's Philip Shorze takes a look at the field to see how these Ravens take flight.
5 years ago, Anderson University Lacrosse didn't even exist. Head coach Jacob Ashton has built this program from the ground up.
We're really more of like a year 3 team in year 4. So very young. We're really well-rounded as a team this year. We've got a lot of freshmen still contributing, a lot of sophomores contributing. So it's nice to finally be seeing some of the results of our patience and our hard work pay off.
But this season has been different. After totaling only 3 victories all of last season through 6 games this year, they have 4. And that 4th one, it came with a bang.
Yeah, I mean, was probably by far the best game I've ever seen any of us shoot, and that always makes it easy. But every guy was looking for the next pass and looking for the open guy instead of trying to get it themselves. Like most of our goals were assisted.
This last win especially, to get the most wins we've ever had, to set some records in that game, and we had multiple individual records and obviously a goal scoring record. Scoring 21 goals is exciting.
Leading the charge for Anderson are standout midfielders Josh Rhodes and Cole Watley. The duo combined for 9 goals and 5 assists in the victory on Saturday.
In the past, we've only had, 2 or 3 guys putting in the majority of our goals. And this year, having that 5 or 6 guys really all being a scoring threat at offense, I think that is really making it hard for teams to defend us.
The star duo hopes to lead the way for a program building itself into a winner. In Anderson, Philip Chorzay, Newslink, Indiana.
Tomorrow starts the next step in March Madness, and it's the Sweet 16. So what teams are you guys rooting for?
I'm gonna have to say Purdue, if I had to choose one.
I have to agree with that because I don't know much about basketball, but Purdue is an Indiana school, so let's rep them out.
Well, just ahead, Hollywood is honoring one of the entertainment industry's leading men of color.
And a final look at your weather. Stay with us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. It's time to look at our anchor picks. We want to wish a very happy International Puppy Day to all the pups out there, and a special shout out to all the pups from our newsroom. Here's our news director, Annie Keister's little girl, Nellie. Look how cute she is. Happy National Puppy Day. It was created in 2006 to bring awareness to the amount of dogs that need a good home. According to the ASPCA, over 3 million dogs each year are placed in shelters.
Oh, that's very adorable. Well, Hollywood is honoring one of the entertainment industry's leading men of color. Morris Chestnut received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame today. Chestnut has been acting in movies and on television for over 2 decades. He is best known for his roles in films like Boys in the Hood and The Best Man. Chestnut will reprise his role as Lance Sullivan in the series The Best Man, the final chapters. His star is the 2,716th star added to the famous LA tourist attraction since the Walk of Fame debuted. Well, as we take a look at our weekend forecast, let's talk about that sun. It's getting a little sunny finally.
Yes, let's hope it stays that way. Dimitri?
Yes, but before we get that sun, we have a couple more days of that chances for rain. Thursday and Friday, but as temperatures drop into Saturday, we do get that sun a little bit for the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But as we get into next week, we are going to have some chances for precipitation and even some snow as well.
Sounds like a great weekend. Well, that'll do it for Newslink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the Newslink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.